Hey everyone, it's Stephanie. Welcome to my channel. Today I am working on this snippet, and if you're new to my channel, I make snippet rolls and I use them in various projects, and I also use yarn in my stitchery quite a bit. I absolutely love yarn. I love working with it, and I like to try to experiment using different sizes and things like that. So this piece is a landscape that I've been working on for a while now. It's a really big project. There's a lot of stitching in it, and I'm kind of going back and forth now. I'm working on the sky, and I still have a little bit more stitching to do in here, and I'm adding French knots. And this is basically a lake scene. So what you have is like hills in the background here. And I'm making, I'm stitching a sky, and this is the land, which is pretty obvious. So this is going, this is going to be a bowl, but more of a, I would say more of a basket, if you will. Because I started off with a much larger piece, snippet, and with the yarn, it's really shrunk down quite a bit. But that's okay, because I absolutely love this. I think it's going to turn out great. So I want to show you, so I'm already starting to think about the fabric I'm going to use to back this. And I've been going through some fabric I have from the fabric store that I got a while ago, and I've been saving it. I use it from time to time, but I love this fabric so much, and I was thinking about even doing some like dyeing on it and stuff like that, but I thought, this would look really good for the inside of this bowl or basket, whatever you want to call it. But look how this color really complements. It really makes these little French knots just stand out, I think. So I'm still not ready to put the backing on yet, of course, but this is what I'm leaning towards. If I go through more of my supply and I see something else, I'll consider that as well. But I think this would be a really pretty lining for the inside, if you will. So what I would do is, once I'm finished with this, I would cut this to size, and I'm probably not going to have to use, it just really depends. This is so, because it has this piece here. I always back muslin to my snippets a lot, especially if I'm doing this much stitchery. But I'm most likely, I'm going to have to do some batting on this. So I use craft felt for it. And I'm going to go through my scraps and use the scraps that I have. So this is some of it. I need to dig up some more. And even if it's a different color, I'm okay with that. So what I'll probably do, especially with something like this part right here, I'm going to have to probably double layer it. I'll definitely overlap this felt for sure, but I think it will still work. It was funny because this was straightening out quite a bit. Maybe it's just the way I've had it folded in the drawer I keep it in. Maybe that's why it's kind of starting to fold up a bit more, but we'll see how that goes. And then it would be this layer. So how I'm going to quilt it is because, let's see, let me turn this around so you can see what I'm talking about here. So this is, I won't quilt it with DMC floss or anything like that. I've decided to quilt this with quilter's thread, like a hand stitching. So I'm going to be looking, I need to get, I don't know, I'm going to see, I have a whole bunch of my grandmother's thread, and I'm going to see if there's a color. Of course, this one might work too. This is a green, but it's like super light, so I might be able to quilt it through the landscape here, and it would not show up much on this. So, and I'll probably do smaller stitches for this particular piece. So I'll start with that. I'm probably gonna start quilting this like in the middle, and then let's see, put this aside for a second. Okay, and then maybe this for the water, that might work. No, I'm gonna see what my grandmother, what I've got of hers, to see if she has a color that would. And then of course I'm considering the back too, how that would look. I think that would be fine. Now I know I did have some brown sewing thread, like for quilter's thread. I'm trying to, don't know if it's in here. I don't think it's in here. Oh my goodness, y'all, a Hershey Kiss. I'm actually going to take that out. That should not be in there. That's too funny. It's probably when I was cleaning off my desk and just... No, I don't have it here. I'm trying to see. I don't... Well, I'll have to look for it, but let's see. Y'all, I have so many bowls. I can't stop making. Truly, I cannot. Oh gosh, I remember this. I was going to put this on a project and actually have videos on it, and I didn't use this yarn for that project, and I really need to come up with something for this. I think I talked about making like a nest, a bird's nest with this, so that might be a fun project to videotape. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize. I thought I was almost out of this. Oh my goodness, I still have some. Yay! So much fun. You can go shopping in your own supply here. Okay, so for the brown, see, that color would be absolutely perfect, and it wouldn't show up very much on this. That would be awesome. Actually, I don't think I have enough of this though. I don't know. And this was my grandmother's. I found. I'm pretty sure. Oh my goodness! Yes. Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. That's gonna work. Let me put this back. Okay, so we've got that situated. I think so. These are going to work. And then that blue, what did I do with it, y'all? I know I put it somewhere. Also, oh wait, yeah, it's this one. This might work too as well, actually. That's a great color for this. So I might put this together, except this, that's not gonna be enough. Okay. So I'm, you know, actually this would show up more. So I think I might just go with this one and not use this. Yeah. Though I'm really not concerned about that because it's the inside of the bowl and it's going to look pretty regardless, you know. But I really would like to match it or get it similar. So this will be the water and the sky. This will be the hills. And this, the land part. I think that's what I'll do. So I'm going to put these, because I'm getting to that stage soon, hopefully. I've been taking my time with this project, plus I've been working on so many different projects. And this is a labor of love because I'm giving this to my aunt. So I don't mind taking my time on it because I want it to be, I want her, I know she's going to love it, you know, but I want it, it's an extra special piece. So what I'm doing with this, I'm just going to, I decided to do all this different stuff, but I'm just filling it in, I think, with this color. And I was starting to do the, like, a chain stitch to see how fast I can fill this in, but I took it out except for this little piece right here, and I'm going to have to go down and I'm going to stitch it a bit. It's a little out of place, but it just, I think the chain stitch is great for filling it in and working faster on a piece, but it just wasn't jiving, I guess, with this landscape. So I decided to just stick with what I was doing before. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of doing some split stitching, or just going beside the stitch and just doing some straight stitching to fill this in, like so. So that's what I'm doing for the sky. Just seeing, you know, what works and so forth. Okay, so normally with this type of yarn, this is like a superwash type yarn, wool. I don't usually do long strands like this because after a while when it's going through the fabric, superwash tends to start separating a little bit. But this, I grabbed this long strand and started stitching with it. So what I would do is, when you're working with this type of yarn, make your strands a little smaller, and it will also make your yarn go a longer way. This is all I have of this yarn, so I got to be really careful with that. So I highly recommend doing a project like this. You can, even if you've never sewn with yarn before, or have done something quite like this, I've said this before in previous videos, you can start small, make like a little piece, like maybe that much big or something, and make a little piece and frame it, and that would be pretty. But really, even something this size, you really can't go wrong, you know. And if it's not working, you can just always take it out, you know. You don't have to, like, oh, well, I messed up this piece, you know, and then junk it. Don't do that, you know. You don't have to do that. So but I absolutely love making these. This is my third. Well, as far as landscape goes, this is my second one I've made this year. That's probably all I'm going to do. I don't know. There's another one I want to start making. I want to do a, more of like a tall vessel and wider. So I'm thinking about that, but that would be, I'm not sure I would do like a process video with that. I may just once a month or so do like a update video on that piece, because it's gonna be a project that I work on through the year, I think, and next year maybe. But my schedule has changed quite a bit, so I'm having to spread out these projects a bit more, and the videos. And I'm trying to, this month, I'm trying to finish up some projects. October, I'm definitely having to do a huge schedule change of how many videos a week I am uploading. Okay, so when the fabric comes through, and that's the muslin, sometimes you can just pull it out, or you can just do that, and that will take care of that business. So what I'm doing is, here you can tell I'm doing longer stitches, and I can come back with the next layer, maybe do smaller stitches. I'm just kind of doing different, or I can go like right here to fill it in a little bit, like so. Do that. I'm really enjoying, this has actually been a great learning piece. I'm really enjoying the process, and I would have to say this piece is really giving me inspiration and ideas for different landscapes. I saw a photo. It was taken, I believe it might have been taken in the Netherlands. No, I don't know. I did see some pictures there that I was like, wow, I really would love. I was inspired by the landscaping to maybe try stuff like that to create. And then I think it was it Green Iceland? I saw some photos, and it was extraordinary. I was just like really taken back about how beautiful it was. And I was like, you know, I would like to do something like that, and possibly make it like a winter scene. Of course, we're talking Iceland here, but so I live in the South in America. So what in the world did that do? I'm not sure what that happened there. Was it paying attention? So what I could do, instead of following this line going like that, I can bring it out here and then go back and fill it in, and that would give it, you know, a difference. It would add a little interest to the piece, perhaps. So that's what I think I'm going to do. Sometimes I'm like, I go right beside it, or a little bit in the stitch. Like so, and then let's see, I do a split stitch there. Do a smaller bit there. So I'm always not exactly following line, you know, doing row after row after row. I'll go and venture away from the row, excuse me, and then go back and fill it in. It's fun, you know. And it really does add to it. I did that a lot with this land right here, the ground. I really like how it turned out. You have to look at it really closely to see it, but especially through here, I was really doing that. And I've got to fill that in. And I'm using wool, like worsted wool. I believe that's what this is. Worsted, however you say it. And here I did the whip stitch. I'm doing that on the bottom. You know what's funny? This kind of piece would be a good winter project. I was just thinking about that. Like, this would be a good one. And I'm not really sure what season this would fall into. Perhaps summer. Because I really didn't do any trees or anything. I basically did just a ground and water and sky study, if you will, with this piece. No trees. See, this thread is starting to loosen up. But it's holding up pretty well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go this way. Go backwards. Like so. Filling that in a little bit. Yeah, oh, I just pulled it too hard. I've been pulling it hard, so that's why it's doing that too. Shouldn't do that. Don't pull it so hard that it's gonna do that. That's okay. Yeah. Okay, before it's just gonna do this. See, this is a good example to use smaller strands and then just, you know, go a little slower. And don't pull real hard. So what I can do is I can put this in my felting bin, and I can use this for a felting project. Or I can use it to make a nest, or use it as a fill for like a little pillow piece or something. So see how that goes that way, and then I can just start filling that in. Sometimes I'll fold it too, like so, to get a better look at it. So this is, so these are the colors I've been using for French knots. And I was debating if I should just continue to fill that in with French knots and maybe, or just do some of this. I don't know if I have the right needle. So I'm gonna see here. So this, I really wanted to do this on camera because this is an awkward space right there. I stopped with the whip stitch. I mean, I could bring it in, fill it in with the whip stitch. It's just it's a little wider than I want it to be for a whip stitch. That section right there. So what I could do, let's see what I can do to fix that. Might need to get another needle. Double knot this. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get it in this one. Let's see. Perhaps this one would work. Man, this thing is a mess. I need to... I'm trying to think, like, how I do know I want to bring in more French knots through here, like scatter it like in here a little bit. I absolutely love French knots, y'all. Okay, I'm trying to think. Let's see, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I'm just going to fill it. Fill it in. Like small stitches. No, I'm working left or right. It's funny. I'm right-handed, y'all. That's gonna look good. Yeah. Let me know in the comment area if you sew with yarn. I would love to hear from you and your experience with it and your thoughts on it. And what type of yarn you like to stitch with. I really love wool. I think I prefer wool over anything else. Worsted wool, worsted, if I'm never going to say that right, I find is the best so far that I've tried. And what I can do is maybe after go in and maybe scatter little French knots in there if I need to, if it's looking a little odd or something. I could do that. No, it's been a great journey. It's been a lot of fun seeing this landscape build slowly. Okay, let's see. I can go in here a little bit and fill that in. See how that looks. I think that did the job. Looks good. I was a little uncertain about that little section there. Like, because it was so boxy looking, you know what I mean? But you can literally make it blend in with the ground because of how I brought the stitch over this way more. That really helped, I think. See, it doesn't even look like that kind of space was there. That empty space, if you will. It was a good fill. And what I'll do is, I'll go take this outside on the back porch. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I'll take this on the back porch and then I'll be able to see this better, see where I need to fill in a little bit more with the stitching. Okay, that looks really good. See? Wow, okay, I'm really happy about that. Ta-da! So I'm just gonna yarn. It stays pretty well, especially this type of yarn. Okay, put this here. See what I got here. that turned out good. So like when you ever have a spot too, and I've said this before, this denim was really bunching up, but I was sewing and it turned out fine. You know, when your fabric's bunching up like that, don't worry too much about it, because you can stitch on it, stitch through it, and it works itself out. It really, really does. See right here, I have a little bit here bunched up, and I can even, I'm going to stitch it down, but I can even do some small, like a whip stitch, or not a whip stitch, I'm sorry, a couch. I can do a little couching right through there, and that would solve it. So I may do that now to show you what I'm talking about here. But if you're new to this, you know, stitching like this, don't worry about it, because fabric is just going to do that when you're working with these type of yarns and stuff, and it's okay. Just make sure too, like this one, the snippet was a lot larger. I probably would have, hindsight, made it a bit larger than I did. So okay, what I could do two things here for that little, I don't know if you can see it, but it's bunched up right there. I can start here and start filling that in and then working my way to this, or I can start in here. Might do that. So what I'm going to do is go to the end like so, and I'm just, right now I'm just going to do like a straight stitch to fill that, the bottom part in. Then, you know, underneath, or not underneath, the bottom of that material there that's bunched up. And you know what, sometimes when I'm stitching like this, when I'm starting here, this actually will smooth out a little bit, and I can already tell that it's doing that. See, that's, and you're probably wondering, well, if it's smoothing out, where is it going? Because it's, you know, it's a small little space there, but it somehow it does. I don't know. Don't know what to tell ya. Just works, you know. It really does. I do a little bit of a longer stitch through here. Okay. So what I'm going to do, let's see, I'm going to stitch on top of that little scrunched up part right there and see how it stitches, or how it lays by doing that. And actually I like the fabrics bunching up like that, because when you're sewing on it too, it adds a texture to your landscape and stuff. Look at, I mean, it just looks really good doing that. So far I'm not couching, I am just doing a straight stitch, and it's working, it's doing fine so far. I'm probably going to, so here I'm going to add French knots here, add some up here, because see how I'm scattering them. This would be a good spot for French knots too. And just keep in mind, you can even add French knots over that as well. This one. Go back here. So, see how that's getting smaller and smaller. Now this is going to be the test here. What do I, yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little couching I can go through here and stitch. Let me try this. Go to the other side of that. Let's see. That needle just wants to go there, doesn't it? You do that sometimes when you want the needle to go somewhere else and you need to bring it over just slightly, and it just keeps going through that same way you stitched it, brought it through originally, and it's like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Wow, I did not couch this part. Just doing the straight stitching, and that's covering it up. That's pressing it, it's pressing it down, I can tell. Wow. Love how that works out. It's really bunchy here though. Let's see. Oh, okay. It's a little bit right there. That's a little tight right there. So this one, no couching, just straight stitching. Yay. I like couching though. I do the couch stitch a lot. That was a little nice experiment. A nice little test to see how that would do. Okay. So that filled that in really well. Okay. So there you go on that one. Okay. So I think that's all I got for this video. I'm trying to try not to think too far ahead here, especially about my next project of this, but I really want to get this done here. So what I can do is go through, I'm gonna, like I said before, add the French knots, and this won't take any time at all. I'm gonna probably fill that in today. Go ahead and do that and finish this, finish the sky. Okay, well, I hope you all have a good day, or having a good day wherever you are in the world. And I want to say that just take one step at a time and just relax and enjoy it. There's no, there's really no rules or techniques you have to use to make something like this. This is more of just like a free play, free stitching, free form type of project. And no stress at all. So, I'm kind of a rule breaker when it comes to stitching. Or I just go my own way. I learned the techniques and everything, and now I just play. I just have fun with it and see what I can make and so forth. And that's a really great journey to be on. It really is. So that's just the way I roll. So I hope that you got some ideas and inspiration from this video and this piece, and I'm probably put out some more videos soon of this. I'm not sure when, but I do have a playlist. It's in the description area below, and definitely check out those processes, especially when I first started this piece. That would be a really good one to watch. I can't remember exactly at which stage I started early on, but definitely check those videos out. So, okay. I will see y'all again soon. Bye for now.